Well, Father Christmas, or should I say the courier man, has come and delivered my Scorpion exhaust for my GP300 Royal Alloy. I don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect it to look so well in its box. So let's open the box and have a look what's inside. And hey presto, that's what's in the box. Now, we've got a bracket there, which if you're going to make a bracket, make a good one. And that's what they've done there by the look of it. What's that saying? Scorpion Red Power. And the downpipe with the sensor unit there. And then you've got the actual exhaust itself. Now I've bought this from Carnaby Scooters and I ordered it the day before yesterday, and they've got stock in and they all seem to be much of the same price. I've seen them all at the same price, should I say, and delivery was free and it was prompt, and very pleased with it. So that's what we're going to be putting on, and it's going to be a bit of journey for both of us because I've never fitted an exhaust pipe before. So let's see how it goes. Right then, so we're in the garage and obviously I've taken off the side panel on the exhaust side, and this is the Royal Alloy one. Now looking at it, there appear to be 3 fixing points, one here and 2 underneath, and the 2 underneath are a little bit difficult to get to, but not impossible. I don't have a bike lift or ramp, and I'm sure most of us don't, so I'm going to do this on the floor and we'll see where we go. Now we've got the exhaust sensor under here, and this is going to come off, and I've just loosened that, so we'll be taking that off. And we're just putting that to one side. Now the cable twists as you do it, so I guess when it goes back in, I'll just lay that up there. Just have a look at the end of it. I'm going to lay it up there for now. When that goes back in, we'll have to twist in the opposite direction. So this bolt here is there's no nut on the other side. I've just been loosening this, and it just goes into a threaded bracket there, which you can see. So we'll loosen that off and we'll slide it up the downpipe for now. Get it out the way, and then there we go. And then I'm going to undo these 3 bolts. Now I'm sure you don't need to see me using a spanner to get these off, so I'll just do that now. Now the good news is the 2 bolts on the bottom are in slotted holders, so once you've taken that one out, you can lift it off and it will simply pull away. So looking at the original bracket there, I'm going to put the Scorpion bracket on there and just tighten that up, and goes on beautifully. I did wonder if this would have to come off, but looking at it, it doesn't look like that's the case. So I'm going to tighten those nuts up now, and we'll think about undoing the studs for the downpipe. Just a little point I'll make before you put that bracket on. Make sure you put the fixing nuts for the bolts, should I say, for the exhaust behind. They come in a pack with some spacers which are down there. You won't get them in with the plate on, which obviously I've just found out. So the next thing we need to do is to undo the 2 manifold nuts which are there. It looks like I'm going to need a flexible head for the socket to go on those, but I'll have a look at that now. So both of the nuts on the manifold came off quite easily. I was surprised to see. I thought I might have some problems with that. I did use a long extension. It's a 10mm, the 10mm nuts on the flange there, so you just need a long extension to get up to them. Now these are the two down pipes, this one being the Scorpion one with quite a large opening there on the flange, and that's the original one. So that's the down pipe in place. I haven't tightened it up, and I think you can see it's just loose on the manifold there. I'll need a little bit of movement, and now we'll try putting the actual exhaust in itself. Now before I do put the Scorpion exhaust on, just comparing the two there, I don't have a scale that will actually weigh these, but I would say that the original exhaust is probably at least 50% heavier than the Scorpion. Although, as I say, I can't give you that in actual figures, but let's get that Scorpion pushed on now. Right, let's get this into the down pipe there. Oh, it goes on the outside, but and that's a pretty tight fit. Now that's about it. And if you can see these bolts here that I put on earlier, we just need to get those into the fixing holes, and working a little bit blind on that, but get those into there if we can. That's because it's below. There we go, and we'll get those tightened up now. Okay, so that's in the hole. I'll get a spanner on that and get that tightened up. Now, having struggled to get the bolts on the exhaust while the bracket was in place, I decided that the best way to do this will be to take the bracket off again, and it will just drop on those bottom two bolts, fix the bolts through and to the exhaust, and then fit it back onto the fixings for the bracket. Now underneath there, and one of the reasons I decided it was getting a bit difficult in the previous method was that there are two spacer washers to go in there, so I'll tighten that up now and drop the bracket back on. Well, I've now gone round and tightened all the nuts up, the bolts, and leaving the manifold to the last because I wanted the pipe in position. I've fixed the sensor back into the pipe there, and where earlier I was thinking you'd have to twist and untwist the cable, if you look up here, there's a connector you can undo and then redo that when you've tightened it up. So really all I need to do is take it out in the sunshine and just hear the sound of that exhaust, start it up. Well, I brought the bike out onto the drive now, and we're going to hear what that exhaust sounds like. As I say, if you want one of these Carnaby scooters, I'll put the web address on. They're stocking them. So let's just hear what it sounds like. Get this started up. And